everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Q1 FY22 earnings call of Maghmani Organics Limited. Before highlighting the quarterly numbers, I hope all of you and your family are healthy, safe and sound. Despite multiple headwinds, we are pleased to announce that the company has reported a robust performance in terms of both revenues and profitability during the quarter. Our revenue grew by nearly 68% YOY to 495 crores, thanks to the strong performance in both the divisions, pigments as well as agrochemicals. This resulted on the back of strong performance in the both of our export as well as domestic market. Our export sale grew by nearly 85%, while our domestic sale grew by nearly 30%. Export contributed nearly 83% of our revenue, and the balance is contributed by the domestic sales. Our EBITDA for the quarter witnessed a growth of 58.7% to 87.4 crore. EBITDA margin for the Q1 FY22 stood at 17.6% versus 18.7% during the corresponding quarter for the last year. Our profit after tax for the quarter grew exponentially by 1.4 times at rupees 68 crore, and the margin expanded by 407 basis points to 13.7% in the Q1 FY22. On the balance sheet side, Maghmani Organics cash and liquid investments stood at around 105 crore as on 30th June 2021. The company continues to maintain its low debt stance, resulting in a comfortable debt to equity ratio of nearly 0.22 as on 30th June 2021. Maghmani Organics return ratios like ROC and ROE remains robust at 19.6% and 22.7% respectively as on 30th June 2021. Looking at our segment performance, our agrochemicals business delivered revenue growth of nearly 74% and reached at nearly 321 crore, mainly driven by the strong performance in the exports market. Our export sale for the quarter surged by 86% and reached at 258 crore, contributing to 81% of our agrochemical sales and 19% by the domestic. EBITDA for the quarter increased by 67% and reached at 70 crore, while our EBITDA margin stood at 21.9% in this quarter. Our agrochemicals division capacity utilization stood at nearly 75% in the Q1 FY22, vis-a-vis 54% in the Q1 in the last financial year. I am delighted to share with you that our recently enhanced 240 asset capacities are currently functioning at over 70%. Our pigment business delivered revenue growth of nearly 60% YOY at 175 crores, thanks to improvement in the realization during the Q1 of FY22. Our sales volume for the quarter grew by 46% to nearly 4,000 tons, while our EBITDA stood at 26.4 crore with a margin of 15.1%. In the pigment division, export contributed nearly 86% of the top line and the balance is by the domestic sales. Our utilization stood at 83% in the Q1 compared to 57% in the Q1 of last financial year. During FY21, we have achieved a top line of nearly 1,623 crore and we aim to double our revenue by FY24, fueled by our capex plan. The agrochemicals ongoing capex of nearly 310 crore is progressing as per plan. It is expected to be completed by the Q2 of FY23. It will additionally contribute revenue of nearly 600 crore on the full year operation basis. In the case of pigment, we are exploring opportunity to enter into new variant of the pigment beyond the phthalocyanine pigment blue and green. A concrete development towards the same would be shared with you all at the appropriate time. Additionally, we have been consistently raising our dividend payouts for the past few years. Despite substantial capital expenditure commitments and needing substantial financial resources to support our growth plans, we are committed to a sound and sustainable dividend distribution policy of maintaining around 17 to 20% of our PAT as dividend payout to our shareholders. India's chemical industry is at the inflection point. Maghmani Organics look forward to tap these growth opportunities by being committed to maximize its return on investment. We are committed to create a value for our esteemed stakeholders. With this, we would be happy to take any question that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and 1 on the telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you must do so by pressing star and 2 again. The first question is from the line of Nikhil Lakhotia from Equinox Systems. Please go ahead.
Hi. Firstly, congratulations on your good set of numbers. I just wanted to know a couple of things. One is if you could tell us in terms of raw materials cost pressures, are you facing any in terms of margin pressures from the raw material side? And about your capex plan as well, is everything on track?
Sure. So thank you for your question. Yeah, definitely compared to last year. Last year due to COVID, the crude went down as well as the demand was less, and because of that, majority of the raw materials prices were very low. But in last 6 to 8 months time, globally the situation has improved a lot, and raw material prices based on the crude or not based on the crude, they have started going up drastically. At the same time, the logistic cost has also increased a lot globally. That is also impacting the raw material input cost. We are trying to pass on the same to our customer, but normally there is a lag of nearly 1 quarter. But you can see that, despite there is an increase in the raw material cost, we are trying to maintain the EBITDA margin at reasonable level. Okay. Now, regarding the capex plan, yes, in the agrochemical division, the 310 crore multi-purpose plant which we are building in Dahej, that is going as per our plan. And we expect to complete the same in the second quarter of the next financial year. So we'll have nearly half of the year of operation in the next financial year from the same plant, and we'll have the full operation in the subsequent year. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1 now. Participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Parth Kotak from Alpha Plus Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for a brief introduction that you've given, and hopefully everyone from your team is keeping safe in such uncertain times. So I think, I'm talking to you after quite a long time. So your previous target, I remember you would have given is 1,000 crores per revenue stream when we were not a demerged entity, and by and large, I think we are very close to achieving in a lot of segments. So I would like to, and I think you've given in your presentation that your FY24 targets would be 2,000 crores in agrochem and 1,000 crores for pigments.
Yes.
So I would also like to ask, are you aiming any other products? Are you planning to launch new products in any of the segments?
Yes. Thank you for your question. First of all, yes, we are safe and healthy. Everyone in the Maghmani, all of our staff members are safe in the current situation. And regarding the growth plan in both the divisions, as we have mentioned, by FY24, we aim to double our revenue for the agrochemicals from 1,000 crore to 2,000 crore, and in the pigment from nearly 650 crore to 1,000 crore. So for that, yes, we'll be bringing in the new products in both the divisions, because currently there is a lot of focus going on for the new chemistry. In the agrochemical division, we are doing the capex of 310 crore, under which we are going to bring in some of the new products as well as the intermediates of the same, because our policy is always to be the backward integrated. We don't like to be dependent on some other country or some other supplier. So this 310 crore expansion project will have some of the new products. We will be announcing the name of the products when we'll be commissioning the plant. From the business point of view, we would like to keep it a little bit confidential for the time being. But at the right time, we'll be revealing the name of the products which we are going to produce. In the pigment division also, the plan for the capex is going on, and we'll be announcing at the right time. I think in next 2 months' time probably. That is also going to be completely different pigment apart from pigment green and pigment blue.
Okay. And a follow-up question on that front would be then, so as you mentioned, backward integration, so should we look at margin expansion from here, and what is your target in terms of margin that you're looking at?
For the current products which we are making, we are already backward integrated. So for the current product, it will not help. But from the future product which we are going to bring in, to have the long-term growth plan and to have a sustainable growth plan, it is always better to have the backward integration. Otherwise, your customer, they don't see Maghmani as a reliable and a regular sustainable supplier. So it is always our strategy and the strength that we always go for the backward integration. So there may not be much appreciation in the EBITDA margin, but we have mentioned that typically in the agrochemical industry, average EBITDA margin varies from 16 to 19%. We would always like to be above the industry average. Same for the pigment. Typically, the EBITDA margin varies in the range of 13 to 15%, and we would like to be above the industry average in the same division also.
Sure. That was really helpful. That's all from my side, and wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Reminder to all the participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Amrita Malu from Dhanshi Investments Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I wanted to know that this time monsoon has been delayed. That's what we are hearing. So like first quarter we did fantastic. About second quarter till now, so the momentum is similar.
Yes.
I think vis-a-vis last year it should be very good, right?
Compared to last year, it should be good. But definitely, you are correct that this year monsoon in India is a bit erratic. In certain part, it has been excess. In certain part, like Gujarat, it is very much less. And excess rain also doesn't help, and less rain also doesn't help. It has to be optimum rain. But this year is going to be a challenging year. But as you know, in the case of Maghmani, we have a more focus of export. So we will not be much impacted by the domestic season, though we are growing in the domestic market as well. We see there will not be much impact because of the.
How much is from within India? How much sales?
So approximately about 17 to 20% of our current agrochemical revenue comes from the Indian market.
Okay. And what are the other markets?
In the export, it is quite fragmented. We export to more than 70 countries globally. in different continents. So it is very much fragmented. We are not just dependent on one continent or one country.
Okay, fair enough. And do we aim to achieve debt-free status in near term?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
When do you think that we will be debt-free?
Debt-free. Okay. As you know, we are growing very fast and we'll be keep on expanding even after the kind of the capex what we are doing. But in our guideline, we have mentioned that with our current growth which we are projecting, we will try to maintain the debt to equity ratio in the range of nearly 0.5.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Ketan Shah from iWealth Management Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, and thank you for the
opportunity.
Sir, a couple of questions. First was on, sir, we've been reading that the freight costs internationally have been going up and there are a lot of container issues. So as we are, sir, 85-90% exports, so for us, how are we seeing it and going ahead in terms of margins? If you can just help us understand how much impact it will be having on us.
Sure. So definitely, yes, as everyone knows, globally the freight is been erratic since last nearly 3-4 months.
Right.
And it is not expected to be normal in next 6 to 8 months time for sure. And that is impacting the global trade drastically. There has been a lot of issues of shipping line getting blocked in China because of the COVID and everything.
Right.
But we are in day-to-day touch with all of our customers, and everyone is aware that the situation which is going on is not just from India or from one customer, but it is the global situation. So everyone is understanding now and supporting each other. So for the time being, there may be little impact on the margins, but in the long run, I think that effect will be taken care of.
Okay. So just to understand in terms of how much the cost have gone up, so maybe 4-5 months before, what was the cost and what is the cost now? And vis-a-vis in terms of margin, ballpark range, sir, what kind of dip you are seeing because of that?
So it used to be the logistic cost used to be in the range of about 3.5%, normally 3 to 3.5%. It has reached nearly 5% now.
For us, okay.
For us, yes.
So 1.5% is this margin impact we are seeing. And
correct. In absolute value, we try to pass on to the customer, but when it comes to the percentage, yes, there will be little impact.
Okay. And due to this, are we seeing any delays happening in terms of our overall sales which we planned, say, for the quarter because of the non-availability of the containers, or there is availability?
Yeah. So the situation started tightening since last nearly 4-5 months. So we knew that it is not going to improve very soon. And for us, export is substantial. So our logistic team is relatively strong, and we keep a track, and we book the containers in advance so that our trade business doesn't get impacted much.
Got it. And sir, my last question was on the other income which we've seen in last 2 quarters. There has been this OCRPS which was issued by NFL to us, so that we are because of the new accounting system, we're putting as a fair value into the P&L. So if you can just, what is this, and going ahead, how will be the impact because of this? I didn't understand the 9-10 crores which have come due to that.
Yeah, in other income there are majorly 2 items. One is mark-to-market forex currency gain. So in this quarter, roughly 12 crore, and then, around 9.75 crore is the OCRPS fair value impact. So as you are aware that there is the scheme of arrangement which has been approved
by NCLT on 3rd May. So in that case, that OC RPS has been converted into RPS, into redeemable preference share. So which comes as a debt category. So that amount is freezed now at 210.91. So whatever is the value as on 31st March 21, which was roughly 202 crore, so that difference has been accounted as a book gain. So there will not be any real gain as of now on that, and no tax applicable. But this is a book entry which has been come as a gain, and it has been restated at the real value of the RPS.
So in our balance sheet, sir, we will be showing this under the other current asset, 210 crores.
Any other non-current assets?
Non-current asset. And
it is a non-current asset.
And we will be getting anything in this, say interest or dividend?
Yeah, we are accruing on that actually now because it is RPS now, and on quarterly basis we are accruing that 8% on that.
Okay. And it is, will it be diluted in future? It is convertible into the equities, or it will be preference only?
No. It is a now redeemable preference share. It is not a convertible.
Okay. So it will not be converted into the equity in going forward. It will be RPS only.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Viral Shah from Enam Holdings. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, Viral bhai.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so I think in the opening comments you said that raw material prices are seeing increases. So can you highlight which raw materials are seeing price increases, and what is the extent of price increases that you would have seen in the last, let's say, 3 to 4 months?
Yeah. So there are various raw materials which has been increased a lot. If I give the example from our basket, phenol is one of the key raw material for us. The prices have gone up drastically globally. It has reached nearly 115 rupees now, which used to be below 100 rupees. Same way monochloroacetic acid is also one of the key raw materials, because the acetic acid prices have gone up drastically globally, and that has driven the price of monochloroacetic acid gone up. Acrylonitrile, which is related to crude, and no one makes in India. Currently it is 100% imported. So the price of acrylonitrile has drastically increased. In the pigment division, cuprous chloride is a key raw material, and the cuprous chloride is based on the copper metal. As you know, the copper metal prices have increased substantially globally, and that is driving the key raw material price up. We also have an industrial urea as one of the raw material, and the price of the industrial urea has also increased a lot. So there are many more such raw material which has increased, and time to time we always try to pass it on to our customers, but normally it takes time. Nearly there is a gap of nearly 1 quarter. So let's hope that we try to maintain our margin on the overall basis.
So, sir, how much price increase would you have already taken, and how much more would be remaining to take?
There are, depending on because our product, it depends on the demand supply also, because the raw material which we use has got a various use. So in the other industries, because of the demand, the prices may going up. But in our industry, whether there is a demand or whether there is less demand, the raw material price will keep on increasing. So we need to see the trend. There has to be the demand at the same time in our product range also. If there is a demand, definitely we'll be able to pass on to our customer. But if there is a less demand, there will be pressure on us to absorb the raw material price increase. So as of now, till today, we are able to pass it on to our customer, but we don't know how. If it goes further up, it will be very difficult to pass it on to the customer.
Sure. And just one question on the pigment division. I think earlier we were targeting to have some revenues of 1,200 crores by FY24, which it seems we've scaled down to 1,000 crores. So any particular reason? Is it that the current demand situation is not conducive, or is there some change in plans? Could you just throw some highlight on that?
Yeah, so definitely in the pigment division, we were planning to, there's a big delay in the project where we are working on it. It's a different project, different pigment. And I think in next 2 months' time, we'll be making the announcement. And because of the delay, we have reduced from 1,200 crore to 1,000 crore.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Praveen Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi, sir. Congratulations on good set of numbers. So I have been a long-term investor in this Maghmani. So I just wanted to know, like, what are various steps you will take in future to be minority shareholder friendly?
Thank you very much. See, to be minority shareholder friendly, as we have mentioned in our presentation, there are various points like dividend. Initially, there was a demand from the investors that we need to increase our dividend payout. So now we have mentioned that as we are growing, our profit is also increasing. At the same time, we are doing a lot of capex. Despite all these things going on, we will try to maintain the dividend payout in the range of about 17 to 20% of our PAT. So that is one of the key factors. And
before you were guiding that Maghmani Fine Chem is a commodity business, and that's why you want to keep it separate. So after this demerger, the market seems to be giving more valuation to this Maghmani Fine Chem and giving less valuation to this Maghmani Organics. So why is it so?
Is it market perceptions? And market perceptions, they change with the time. The fact still doesn't change. The question here is that Maghmani Fine Chem has a majority revenue coming from caustic chlorine, which is again a commodity. Of course, we have been diversifying into as a growth plan into other derivatives, which has a higher EBITDA margin. So market is trying to really see those kind of a thing. This is what we feel that the market is in a current run-up are trying to appreciate that part. Whereas if you really see in a comparative with our business, we have a more stable business, and our balance sheet is much more stronger. If you see our reserves, the accumulated reserves as well. And the amount of a debt that we are having as a component to fund this also has been very well within the limits. Besides, we have an advantage of a natural age where, we have a low-cost debt available. So even if for an expansion, even if we raise a debt, that would be costing us not more than about 2.5% to 3%. So these are all the plus points that we can say about it, but eventually it is a market which always would like to have their own perceptions, what to value at what time and what not to value at what other time. So we feel that, okay, we are strong enough, our balance sheet is strong enough, our growth plans are strong enough. So in a time to come, we will definitely cover it up.
Okay. So sir, apart from this near-term next 2 year capex plan, so what are our long-term, like 5-year plans? So any ambitious project we want to go into?
Definitely, yes. So far for the investors' point of view, we have made the growth plan up to FY24. At the same time, management is also working on the further future growth plan. At the right appropriate time, we'll be making the announcement.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Urmi Jain from Frequent Investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. My first question is, can you please highlight the new pigment market size?
Uh, At this juncture, it would be difficult to make some announcement for the new pigment, but I can only say the current pigment where we are, the capex is little less, and because of the low capex, there is a competition from the unorganized players, and that remains very difficult for the regulated players like us. So now the pigment which we are looking into, that is going to be the little high capex and the technology oriented pigment. It's going to be the import substitute. There is a lot of import happening for this product. So we'll be focusing on the domestic market for this pigment. And I think in next 2 months time, we'll be making the proper announcement with the detailed project report.
Sir, would you be taking more debt for this project?
Yes, it may require little debt, but as we have mentioned, our current debt to equity ratio is nearly in the range of 0.22, and with the growth plan, we will always try to maintain the debt to equity below 0.5.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Ashwin Agarwal from Akash Ganga Investments Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello. This is Jaspreet Shah from Ashwin Agarwal's office. Could you just mention the export figures for Q1 FY22 and the corresponding quarter? For both the segments, pigment and agrochemical.
So for the agrochemicals, export in the Q1 was nearly 258 crore. And for the pigment, it was in the range of nearly 150 crore.
Hello?
Hello?
So the percentage mentioned in the presentation is the growth percentage, right?
Yes, we have also mentioned the amount.
Okay.
What percentage you have mentioned?
All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anil Jain from Equipassion Capital. Please.
The person you are speaking with has put you.
As the line has been placed on the hold, we'll move to the next question, which is from the line of Ankit Kapoor, from an individual investor. Please go ahead. As the line was placed on hold, we'll move to the next question, which is from the line of Ankit Kapoor, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Mr. Ankit Kapoor, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead with the question. As there is no response from the participants, a request to everyone to please press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Deep Singh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a straight question for you. You got very good growth prospects, and you have revenue of 2,000 and 1,000 in agrochem and pigments. But unfortunately, I've been tracking for last 3-4 years. No domestic institutional investor or FIIs have holding in your company, and every time the issue comes up is related to corporate governance. Now yours is the second generation into it. So how do you think this will get addressed? Because unless this gets to the real view, what the stock demands in the market will never come. So could you just elaborate on this?
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, you are correct. I think in the past we were not very much focused on the IR activity. We started putting focus since last nearly 2-3 years, and from the corporate governance point of view, we made an announcement with our chairman for the investor in Mumbai. We called a meeting, for open meeting for all the investors, and we assured that in the future we will make sure that the minority stakeholders' interest will always be given the top priority, and there will be a good corporate governance. There will not be any issue, no matter what kind of mistakes we have made in the past. That was the chairman's statement, and we will remain the growth-oriented company in all of the divisions, and we are taking almost all the care from the future perspective, and we hope that the market and investors should show some interest in our growth in the future, and our stock price should be in the good range like other companies in the coming days' time.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Ankit Kapoor, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sir, first of all, congratulations for the fantastic Q1 results.
Thank you.
I have two questions. One is related to the pigment division. I would like to ask that what future plans do we have? Like, are we going for inorganic growth in pigment division, or are we looking for very organic growth, like some kind of capacity expansion?
We are keeping the options open. It can be organic growth, it can be inorganic growth. And from the pigment division, as I mentioned, that at the right time we'll be making the announcement for the growth. So I'm sorry, at this juncture I won't be able to give you more details.
It's okay. And my second question is, sir, that from the point of view of individual retail investor, that for past 3 months the company shares were not traded on the exchange. So the kind of bull run we have witnessed in the market, like each and every company's share were touching 52 weeks high. So don't you think we deserve a special dividend? Other than that annual dividend, we deserve a special dividend for the individual investor?
I think your suggestion will take it to the board. But as you know that at the same time we are doing a lot of capex. We are in the growth plan. So, but we'll take your advice and we'll take it to the board. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And that's from my end. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There are no further questions. Now I hand over the floor to Mr. Ankit Patel for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining us on the con call. The company is on the strong growth trajectory coupled with the healthy balance sheet position. Maghmani Organics is confident to create a sustainable value for all the stakeholders, and I wish you all the great evening. We can now conclude the call. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you. On behalf of Maghmani Organics Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.